So I apologize in from the last video for, I'm just leaning back. I will lean back because I know you can see me that way. For cutting off half my head. Because, yeah, I'm good at that. So, I think of the other one I kind of also mentioned. I was going to talk about what happened on Wednesday with my son. Anyone who is friends with me on Facebook or follows me on Instagram already knows what happened. They have a pretty good idea what happened. My son, who is 11, was on his way home from a local park over at Collingwood Elementary, and he was crossing the street, and unfortunately he was riding his bike across the street. We have taught all the boys that they get off their bike and they walk it across the street. I was not with him because I'm not a helicopter parent. I don't follow my kids everywhere they go, unless it's a place that I don't know. And they've been to this park I don't know how many different times, and without an issue, right? And so he was crossing the street heading north towards the 7-Eleven, and I guess he was almost across when a car came along, and he thought the car was going to stop, and the car did not stop. And so finally the driver looked up and saw him there and tried to stop and could not stop in time, and so she hit him. He fell off his bike, landed on the ground, I guess stomach first. Once again, I was not there. This is all things that my son has already told me, right? His twin brother was there with him, and he helped him to the side of the road. He helped him with his bike, and yes, he was wearing his helmet. And this driver, I don't know what was going through this driver's head. He says it, my son says it was a female driver, but regardless of the gender or race or whatever of this person, it doesn't matter, is the fact that they sat in their car. They never got out of their car. I understand, you know, if people start posting, well, she was stunned, she didn't know what happened. And in my mind, because you, as a driver, you may or may not have had those close calls. Or you've been in an accident, and I've been in enough, at fault, not at fault, where, yes, your first reaction is to sit there and go, oh my God, what just happened? But what's the next thing you do? You get out of your vehicle, and you, as long as you're okay, you go and you make sure that the person you hit, or the person who hit you, is okay. I don't understand why this person, why this driver did not get out of their vehicle. So my son, my 11-year-old son, not knowing what to do, not understanding exactly what's happening. But once again, I am not a helicopter parent, and I refuse to be. I refuse it. So I don't know why he did this. He couldn't really explain it. But he ended up getting back onto his bike and rode home. So I'm at home. We don't live very far from this park. It's like 2 blocks. I used to walk it with him to catch the school bus. Like, it's that close. And so he comes in, he's holding his arm and comes downstairs here to his bedroom. His bedroom's just over here. And I'm calling him from upstairs, and I'm thinking, well, maybe he just got hurt at the park or something like that. And so then his twin brother comes in, and I ask him, you know, what happened? And he said he was hit by a car, and I flew up off the couch, and I was down here. I'm just like, get your shoes on, we have to go to the hospital now. Like, what the hell happened, right? So I rushed him to the hospital. I phoned my mother-in-law to let her know that I was on the way to the hospital with him. Phoned my husband, who was away in BC at the time. He's on his way home now, but we get to the hospital. I don't have a lot of change on me to pay for parking, but I don't want to have to walk all over the place. And so I park in the emergency parking lot, and I pay for an hour for parking. We get in there. The people in front of us just want to go back into the ward. which was wonderful. So I went up to triage, and they asked, you know, what's the issue today? And I said my son was apparently hit by a car. Everything stopped in that moment, and they just got things going automatically. Because one, he should have probably been transported by ambulance, because if this driver had been thinking, which apparently they weren't, they would have dialed 911, and they would have gotten out of their vehicle, and they would have kept him there. Right? Both the boys know our phone numbers, whether it's our cell numbers or our phone number, and they know our address. So there was no excuse, none. But anyhow, so all in all, we get in there. They do their whole assessment. He gets pale. Finally, things are coming to the fact of what happened, right? He finally has an X-ray. He has one of his elbow and one of his thumb. Right thumb, left elbow. Sorry. And I was pretty sure the elbow was okay, right? Because he was able to move it, and you know it was sore, it was bruised. He's got road rash on it. His thumb though was just so swollen, and it didn't look right. And he ended up looking at me later, and because I was asking, you know, what happened, right? And he said, well, when I fell, I looked at my thumb, it wasn't in the right spot, so I put it back to where it belonged. And I'm just like, at that moment, you're like, oh my god, my son sat his own bone at that moment. And I'm just like, oh my god, this is a child that like screams over a stubbed toe, like, or a paper cut, or somebody just kind of flicking them gently, like, and so I was just like, oh my god, right? Yeah, so back on track. So they took an X-ray of his thumb, and yeah, it was broken, and it's broken right over his growth plate. So he's in a sling now. It's a really nice black sling that he has to wear, but he's so scared now that it's gonna hurt when he takes it off and things like that. And so the sling can come off. The splint can come off if needed. The other thing that apparently we do here in Calgary, Alberta, or Canada, I don't know what it is, but if a child hurts any of their digits, I guess, breaks them or anything like that, they send them to a plastic surgeon, which I thought was kind of interesting. But I can understand it in hit with Raymond, is that it's over the growth plate, so they need to make sure that the growth stays the same, that the splint's doing its job. You know, does anything need to change or anything like that, right? So thankfully, that's the only major injury he has, is the broken thumb. I took a look at his helmet, and it's cracked on part of the back, the styrofoam stuff, and then part of the plastic part is also there. So if he wasn't wearing his helmet, we probably could be in a completely different place right now. We still have to watch him for a concussion, but other than that, I'm just so thankful he's got a guardian angel somewhere that's watching out for him and making sure that he's okay. It's just it's amazing. Yes, I have to pay for this splint, but I can put that through my benefits, which is fine. We'll see when I get the bill for that, because apparently Canada Post is going on strike or something like that. You've probably seen stuff about it already. But anyhow, so that's the story of what happened to my son on Wednesday. He got hit by a car, and it's considered to be a hit and run because this driver technically just took off. So I'm trying to get the word out of what happened, and that if anyone hears somebody talking about them hitting somebody and being stunned, or that the child took off, or that they didn't know what to do and they left, please message me somehow on Instagram, on this, leave a comment, anything. It's not that I want the driver to, you know, be arrested and all this other stuff. I just want them to be held accountable for what they did. And to know that they should have gotten out of their vehicle. Am I resentful No. Am I angry? Yes, I am, because this person just left my son, my 11-year-old son, in the care of his 11-year-old twin brother. Well, you know, all in all, my son is okay, thankfully. So, that is the story. Because I know lots of people have been asking for it, so I said I was going to do a quick little vlog about it, and here it is. I'll do my little spiel at the end of, if you like what you've seen here today, like and subscribe, but I don't know if this is really a like and subscribe video, but if you like what you've seen here today, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!